Hello there, I am Miss Nene. I'm here to teach you something new and interesting in mathematics. Welcome to the world of numbers, shapes, and all the beautiful things that you can find in the exciting world of mathematics. In this lesson, we will learn about fractions. When something is broken up into several parts, the fraction shows how many of those parts you have. So, a fraction represents parts of a whole. Sometimes, the best way to learn about fractions is through a picture. Look at these to see how the whole of a circle can be broken up into different fractions. The first picture shows the whole, and then the other pictures show fractions of that whole. When we write fractions, we show one number with a line above another number. For example, 1 above 4, or 1 by 4, or 1 divided by 4. The top number tells us how many parts there are. The second number tells us the total number of parts. The top part of the fraction is called a numerator. N-U-M-E-R-A-T-O-R, numerator. The bottom part of the fraction is called a denominator. D-E-N-O-M-I-N-A-T-O-R, denominator. For example, 1 above 4. 1 is the numerator here, and 4 is the denominator. Fractions are written with the numerator over the denominator, and the line is between them. Let's think about some examples. For example, a room where 1 above 4 of the people are girls has 1 girl for every 4 people. Think of a cake made of 4 equal parts. Each is 1 part of 4. In mathematics, you write these as 1 above 4, and it is called a quarter. 2 parts of the cake, that is, 2 quarters, is written 2 above 4, and this is also known as 1 divided by 2, half. Fractions, like numbers, can be added, divided, subtracted, and multiplied. To do any of these mathematical operations on fractions, you also need to use the order of arithmetic operations in the right way. To add fractions, you need to follow 3 simple steps. Step 1. Make sure the bottom numbers, the denominators, are the same. Step 2. Add the top numbers, the numerators. Put that answer over the denominator. Step 3. If needed, simplify the fraction so that addition is easier to do. Let's use an example. 1 above 4 plus 1 above 4. Let's follow the steps 1 mentioned earlier. Step 1. The bottom numbers, the denominators, are already the same. Go straight to step 2. Step 2. Add the top numbers and put the answer over the same denominator. 1 above 4 plus 1 above 4 equals 1 plus 1 divided by 4 equals 2 divided by 4, which is also 2 above 4. Step 3. Simplify the fraction. 2 divided by 4 equals 1 above 2, which is also 1 divided by 2. In picture form, it looks like this. And do you see how 2 above 4 is simpler 1 above 2? Let's use another example. Step 1. The bottom numbers are different. See how the slices are different sizes? We need to make them the same before we can continue, because we can't add them like that. The number 6 is twice as big as 3, so To make the bottom numbers the same, we can multiply the top and bottom of the first fraction by 2, like this. It is important that you multiply both top and bottom by the same amount, so keep the value of the fraction the same. Now, the fractions have the same bottom number, 6, and our question looks like this. 2 above 6 plus 1 above 6. The bottom numbers are now the same, so we can go to step 2. Step 2. Add the top numbers and put them over the same denominator. 2 above 6 plus 1 above 6 divided by 6 equals 2 plus 1 above 6 equals 3 above 6, or 3 by 6. Step 3. Simplify the fraction as 3 above 6 equals 1 above 2. In picture form, the whole answer looks like this. What about subtracting fractions? There are 3 simple steps to subtract fractions. Step 1. Make sure the bottom numbers, the denominators, are the same. Step 2. Subtract the top numbers, the numerators. Put that answer over the denominator. Step 3. If needed, simplify the fraction so that addition is easier to do. Let's think about an example here. Let's subtract these fractions, 3 above 4 and 1 above 4. The fractions appear like this: 3 above 4 minus 1 above 4. Step 1. The bottom numbers are already the same. Go straight to step 2. Step 2. Subtract the top numbers and put the answer over the same denominator. 3 above 4 minus 1 above 4 divided by 4 equals 3 minus 1 equals 2 above 4. Step 3. Simplify the fraction. 2 above 4 equals 1 above 2. Can you see? It's just the same as adding fractions. Multiplying fractions is easy to do as well. Let's try a few examples. There are 3 simple steps to multiply fractions. Step 1. Multiply the top numbers, the numerators. 2. Multiply the bottom numbers, the denominators. And 3. Simplify the fraction if needed. Let's think about an example. Let's multiply the fractions 1 above 2 and 2 above 5. The fractions appear like this: 1 above 2 multiplied by 2 above 5. Step 1. Multiply the top numbers. 1 above 2 times 2 above 5 equals 1 times 2 equals 2. Step 2. Multiply the bottom numbers. 1 above 2 times 2 above 5 equals 1 times 2, and 2 times 5 equals 2 above 10. Step 3. Simplify the fraction. 2 above 10 equals 1 above 5. Here, you can see it with pizza. Do you see that half of 2/5 is 2/10? Do you also see that 2/10 is simpler as 1/5? Lastly, let's try our ends a bit on dividing fractions. Again, it's just as easy as the rest. There are 3 steps to divide fractions. Step 1. Turn the second fraction, the one you want to divide by, upside down. This is now a reciprocal. Step 2. Multiply the first fraction by that reciprocal. Step 3. Simplify the fraction if needed. Let's try an example. We will divide the fractions 1 above 2 and 1 above 6. The fractions appear like this: 1 above 2 divided by 1 above 6. Step 1. Turn the second fraction upside down. It becomes a reciprocal. 1 above 6 becomes 6 above 1. Step 2. Multiply the first fraction by that reciprocal. 1 above 2 times 6 above 1 equals 1 above 2 times 6 above 1 equals 6 above 2. Step 3. Simplify the fraction 6 above 2 equals 3. What an interesting lesson, right? Now, let us remind ourselves about some of the things we have learnt. A. When something is broken up into several parts, the fraction shows how many of those parts you have. B. A fraction represents parts of a whole. Great! Before we finish off here, let me ask you a few questions. This will help me know how well you got on in the lesson. Are you ready? Alright. 1. What is fraction? That's great! A fraction represents parts of a whole. I hope you learned new things in the lesson. I learned new things too. I'll see you in the next lesson. Bye!